It's always weird. You know why it's always weird?
What?
It's always weird because I never know if I'm like doing an interview or just like having a chat.
Having a chat.
You know? Anyway, all of you out there, absolute legend and great big brother here. Wasim Akram. Was to you, to us, Wasim Bhai, to many. Now, but before, this scary figure on the field. You know?
You just mentioned the story I had a go at you, remember?
Yes, yes. Oh, yeah, this is way back. What are we now? 2024. So we were just chatting before, talking about late 90s. It would have been sort of 97, 98,
Yes.
I think, at Harare. Youngster turning up in international cricket and coming up against a guy who had watched on the television, admired, and all the rest, and then thinking, he can't say that at me.
Shock and awe.
Yeah, shock. Like, I thought he was a nice guy. Anyway,
I am a nice guy. I was a nice guy, but not as a fast bowler.
Not as a fast bowler. Anyway, yeah. Legendary. Do you know, if I said 40,818, you know what that is?
No idea.
No idea? That's the number of balls you bowled in international cricket.
Really? How much? 40?
40,000.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
My ankles are still fine. My
Yeah.
knees are fine. Wow, that's
Yeah.
incredible.
That's the number.
This is just the one days and test matches, am I right? Or
You played a couple of T20s in you? It's all your international balls.
Oh, yeah, I didn't play international T20.
You
I
didn't?
played for Hampshire.
Okay. Yeah.
And
so
T20 started in 2003.
So it'll be one days. It'll
Yeah.
be one days and
test matches.
Test matches. Yeah. Lots of wickets in that as well.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the beginning. Was and tell me when you first dreamt of playing for Pakistan.
Like, I suppose, Pommie, any other young kid, especially my part of the world, Pakistan, India, those days I'm talking about, everybody wanted to play for Pakistan. Cricket, those days we had hockey, we had squash, we were good at sports, but nowadays, unfortunately, we are one sport nation. We can't even organize that, unfortunately. That's unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I dreamt when I was in class 6, 7, I saw the great man Imran Khan just running in slow motion. His he had this famous commercial, television commercial. There was only one television channel then.
PTV.
PTV. And Imran, I think it was a Lawrencepool. It was a clothing company.
Right.
And he was just, his silhouette was running in.
Yeah.
And that was his run-up. That got me hooked into being
wow.
a fast bowler. Seeing his action, seeing Imran Khan's aura, the charisma, the performance, obviously, the whole package. And then, of course, my another ideal, Javed Miandad, who actually picked me up to play for Pakistan out of the blue. So my first-class game was against New Zealand. The fourth first-class game was a test match.
Right.
So I really came out of nowhere.
And this kind of story, and I would like you to tell that story better. This kind of story seems to still come out of Pakistan, where there isn't the fear of, here's a talented chap, and we think this is what the ingredients are to play in test match cricket, so come along. And I know the world has changed a little bit, but perhaps it would be for 2020 cricket or for whatever. We see it actually, like when you do PSL and stuff like that. So give us your story, because it's I've heard it, and probably many have embellished as they've told it, and they've probably lied to just make it more interesting or whatever. But how did it go?
Let me get this fact straight. A lot of people and think and wrote and said that Imran Khan was the one who picked me up. No, I met Skipper when I got into Pakistan team.
Right.
Javed Miandad was my first captain. He was the one who picked me up. There was a camp in Lahore in 1984.
Right.
So 83 I finished my school. So you have about 6 months, I don't even remember now, 3, 4, 5 months to find a college.
Yes.
Obviously I wasn't the best student.
Were you not?
No, I wasn't.
No? Okay.
My focus was more on sport.
Right.
I was almost in every team. I was in basketball team, school team, table tennis, athletics, and then of course cricket.
All right.
Hockey I couldn't play because apparently left-handers can't play hockey.
Because they didn't used to make them that way, did they?
Yeah, they did. I said, what
You had
sort
to
of
play
sport is
right-handed.
that?
You had to play
Yeah, so
right-handed.
never played hockey. But that camp was, so my club, Ludhiana Gymkhana, club cricket was very strong in Pakistan. Not anymore, unfortunately. So my club, Ludhiana is a city in India. But
Yes,
my
yes.
club was Ludhiana Gymkhana
right.
in Lahore. It
There's
was
a- there's-
pre-partition club.
There's a whole other story right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so you had this camp.
This club is still there, Ludhiana Gymkhana. So I performed well for my club games, Saturday, Sunday. I used to play 50 over game, 40 over games, and I used to get wickets. I used to go to net every day at 2:30. Help I was a young guy too, help to put up the net. There were about 12 to 15 nets next to each other. Clubs used to play each other.
Right.
The balls were coming from everywhere, but that was fun.
Yeah.
So my club, there was a summer camp, PCB organized it. Used to be, I think it was Pakistan Cricket. There was some other name before. Now it's Pakistan Cricket Board. So they had a camp for 100 kids, young test players like Ramiz Raja was there, Mohsin Kamal. These guys played test cricket for Pakistan. And then, of course, all the top first-class performers were there too.
Yeah.
And I got picked up to be that camp because I performed well in club cricket. First 4 days, there were 100 first-class cricketers.
Yeah,
I was just the random dude who just walked out and nobody knew who I was. I was excited that I'm standing on Gaddafi Stadium turf. That was a dream come true for me as a 16-and-a-half-year-old guy. So I got disappointed after 4 days, didn't get to bowl.
Oh,
because,
really?
Yeah, I just came back, went to my club, my coaches, Saud Khan, helped a lot in the beginning, and Sadiq Khan, who's no more, who's an international umpire. I went up to them and said, look, there's no point me going, I'm wasting my time there, I'd rather come to my own net and bowl here.
Yeah.
So my captain and my coach, both, same guy, Sadiq Khan said, look, tomorrow I'll have a word with the camp commandant, who was also an ex-test cricketer, Agha Sadat Ali. He will give you a bowl. So I went there the next day, last 2 batters to go. It was slightly darkish, so he gave me the old ball. So I bowled a couple of overs, ran in, sprinted in to impress camp commandant and the other boys, and he liked me. Next morning, gave me the new ball.
All right.
And I troubled quite a few batters in nets. Selectors were there, Shafqat Rana, as Hasib Hassan, the chief selector, he was there as well. They saw me. And then Javed Bhai walked in, and he was a hero, I had his posters in my room.
Yeah.
And Gaddafi Stadium is big, so one side was the camp going on, the other side, it was a net for the captain of Pakistan team, Javed Miandad. And he wanted some net bowlers. So he asked the camp commandant, do you have so many, send some. So I was the one of them, one of the bowlers. And I was so excited that I'm bowling at Javed Miandad. Oh my God, I have to impress him.
Right.
So I ran in. I suppose I impressed him. The next day he came.
Did you bump him?
No.
So you didn't bump him,
No.
but there'll be many a batter watching this going, what?
Yes. Not to my captain, not to the great Javed Miandad. I was 16-and-a-half, but I knew what to do. I pitched up.
You read the room.
I've read the room, exactly. Very situation awareness.
Yeah, man. Yeah, big time. Big time.
So I bowled at him for 2-3 days. He came on to practice, and then he got impressed by me. And the camp, after a month, got reduced. My name stayed back. I was excited. Then it got reduced. Then he was moving to Karachi, the camp. And another Pakistani great, Khan Muhammad, was joining as a camp commandant in Karachi. My name was in that thing.
Right.
So everybody was going by train. My dad bought me a plane ticket. First time I sat on a plane.
Oh, wow.
With Ramiz Raja, Mohsin Kamal and Sultan Rana. They were the one who played test and they bought their own ticket plane. So I was with them first time on the plane, exciting days. And then from there onwards, the camp, Khan Muhammad saw me, the camp commandant in Karachi. He got impressed by me. He fixed my action a bit, cartwheel, all those normal things he did. And then he said, just bowl. And after that, camp got finished. I played a couple of under-19 games for PACO. It was a department, Pakistan Automobiles. My pay was 600 rupees a month. That was a big deal for me then.
Yeah.
600 bucks
As
rupees.
a family, You got brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I've got two elder brothers and one younger sister.
Okay. And did your brothers play cricket?
The eldest brother, he played table tennis for Punjab.
All right.
My number two Nadeem, who lives in Canada now, Toronto, he used to play with me in the garage.
Okay.
There's a funny story. He used to bat all day, bowl all day, bat all. No, he used to bat all day.
Right.
And I was obviously getting kind of stronger.
Yeah.
The tennis ball in the garage.
Right.
All day long I used to bowl at him.
Right.
And then I slightly got quicker a bit. I hit him quite a few times on his box area.
You bumped him.
On his box area.
Yeah.
And then one or two on his head. And then from there onwards, he said, now you bat.
Oh,
so I just used to bat.
Oh, right. Oh, wow. Amazing.
So we used to play a lot of cricket with my brother, a lot of cricket. Just behind the house, there's a little kind of a courtyard.
Yeah.
We just used to play there for hours and hours and hours.
All right.
And then New Zealand team was touring,
Yeah.
went to tour in on November, I think it was, same year. And they announced the squad for the playing President 11 versus New Zealand team in Rawalpindi. My name was in the squad. My family, my parents, my brothers, the whole neighborhood got excited. Then I arrived in Rawalpindi, staying in a very good hotel. Flashman Hotel is still there.
Yeah.
I got 3,000 rupees daily allowances for just 4 days.
Right.
Imagine my pay was 600 rupees a month, and I was happy with that. Getting 3,000 in one go, I said,
Out of
"Geez,
this world."
what's going on?" And apart from that, money didn't matter, but seeing all these Javed Miandad, Tahir Nakash, all these test cricketers,
Yeah.
Shoaib Mohammad, Ramiz Raja, Salim Malik, all these guys, I'm in the middle of it. I'm in awe, just, excited.
Yeah.
And then I think when we arrived at the game, I knew I'm not going to play playing 11 because I'm just in the squad. I was happy to be there, and suddenly when the team announced I was in playing 11, Javed dropped test cricketer Tahir Nakash to play me in that game. So credit to the great man.
And you remember game one?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah?
I remember.
Look at that. That smile is at every single person. Like if you ask every person who's played test cricket, whether they've played it for years or not, and you ask them about their first test match, that's what it does, doesn't it?
That was my first class game.
As well.
And I got 7 wickets first inning.
Wow.
I don't know how. It was a flat deck.
Yeah?
Typical Pakistani wicket.
Yeah.
And I didn't know at the time reverse swing. I knew what it was, but I didn't know how to bowl it.
Right.
But I got 7 for 15 first inning. And it was John Reed, Martin Crowe, Jeff Crowe,
Yeah, man.
Jeff Harwood.
Yeah, man.
Big name, Jeremy Coney.
Yeah.
Big names. And then 2 for 15 the second day. So I got 9 wickets for 100 runs in the first class game.
Unbelievable. And listen, were you aware of just what had happened at the time? I mean, because it all happened really quickly.
Very quickly.
Yeah, so in your sort of, here you are, youngster, teenager, were you really aware of, hold on, this is a big deal?
No, I was just going with the flow. I knew it was a big deal. Playing for your country, it is a massive deal. And then that too, playing your first class game against the test playing nation, and me sitting in the same dressing room as Javed Miandad, all these big names. I was pinching myself every day. Am I dreaming, or it's a reality? And it was the reality.
Unbelievable. And catapulted from there. I want to go from that to captaining Pakistan. And here I want you to capture for me what I have always kind of looked at from the outside, which is a passion which kind of sometimes spills over into a fanaticism with regard to cricket. And I mean, if I sort of try and think of an example, you on the field and your fire and your, even sometimes at your own guys, because they're not quite up to standard. Talk to me about growing up in that and kind of what that does and how to then lead people, and also how you kind of, what you picked up from Javed and from Imran.
Look, kind of I had very good mentors when I came into Pakistan team. And mentors you need in life, not just in cricket, in any field. And I had Javed Miandad, I had great Imran Khan, I had Mudassir Nazar, who was a great help, great cricketing mind on and off the field. apart from cricketing tricks, he taught us how important that these guys taught me how important the hard work is, homework is, planning is. So when I learned from these guys, when these guys left, and when any youngster come, you have to teach them in Pakistan because the systems are not that consistent in our part of the world.
Right.
So these guys, it's not their fault either. You know, they're saying in English, monkey see, monkey does.
Yeah.
So whatever they saw, they thought it was normal. But
Right.
at that level, it's not.
Right.
You can't be satisfied with your performance. Okay, you can enjoy them on that day, but next day, that particular performance in the history, you have to focus what I'm going to do today.
Right.
So this is what I've learned. And yeah, coming back to again, like whatever I learned from these greats, I wanted to be like them, and I wanted all young kids who are coming under me wanted to be like that, not just on the field, off the field too. That's also very important.
Right.
Off the field means, okay, you're playing cricket, then you're also ambassador for your country in general, then how to carry yourself. Okay, there's a big problem in Pakistan, English language.
Right.
And I tell all these kids, English is not our mother language.
Correct.
If you don't know English, don't worry about it. Tell them you don't understand, you don't speak, and they will organize something else.
Right.
So that's also very important, and that puts extra pressure on a player. It does, because people in my part of the world, they do make fun of
Oh, really?
people. Yeah, they do. They do, for some odd reason. People make fun of people who don't know English themselves. They make fun of people who don't know English. So that's too complicated. Make life simple, make life easy. So whatever I learned from my captains, two captains, Imran Khan and Javed Miandad, I wanted to be like him.
Yeah.
Their style, every individual have a different style. When I became a captain, I was 24, just over 24, 25 maybe. Never captained anything in my life. Not
really?
Even, not even in club cricket.
Oh, wow.
We planned it to the T.
Wow. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never captained a club side. And suddenly they sacked the great Javed Miandad and made me captain.
And so how did you handle that? I mean,
It was
first,
tough.
yeah, the guy they're sacking is your hero. He's the guy who brought you in.
And he was in the squad as well.
So how did that go?
It didn't go very well for me, personally. Performance-wise, my performance struggled in West Indies, and my vice-captain was the great man, Waqar Younis. We were young. He was 22 maybe, I was 25. And, it was very tough for me. It affected my performance on the field. I was struggling to get runs or get wickets. But the second stint when I came back, I was a lot better captain because I had a lot more experience.
Yeah, more mature. And
More mature,
just as
and
a
realized it took me a year and a half, but I realized every individual is different. You can't lead everyone in the same manner. As long as discipline was a problem, playing Lancashire also helped, being on time, punctuality, planning. That has also, I think, affected my performance positively.
Right.
And playing Lancashire also helped me a lot on and off the field. I have a lot of amazing memories, and that have evolved me as a cricketer too.
Right, right. You mentioned him. It's on where we're going next. This partnership, the two W's, Waqar and Wasim, Sultans of Swing. How much in the early days of your partnership was discussed? What did you two talk about? And was it a union or was it a competition in the beginning?
It was in the beginning. Remember that clip?
Yes.
In the beginning.
Yeah.
He was companionship.
Right.
Waqar was obviously quick. He wanted to learn. I was senior than him. Then our group, me, Waqar, Mushi, Akib. And then after about 2-3 years when Waqar became big, massive name, then it was a healthy competition.
Okay.
It wasn't like a negative competition.
Right,
it was
right,
healthy
right.
in a way. If we got 5 wickets in first day, I'm going to get 5 wickets in second
In
day.
the second day.
So that sort of, and obviously I don't want to go into nitty-gritties. Past is past. We both made some mistakes in general, and thanks to our teammates who probably were filling our ears at the time too.
Right.
Yeah, you know how it is.
Yeah.
So, but this was part and parcel of Pakistan cricket in the 90s because we were all at the same age.
Right.
We all kind of mid-20s, 22, 24, 25, and then Javed Bhai left, and then we were all kind of in the same age group. And that's where the problem started. There was no discipline.
Many bulls in a pen.
Exactly, exactly.
And many alpha
but
males.
Waqar Younis, as a bowler, I mean, people talk about all the great bowlers. He is definitely, for me, top of the ladder. You know, now we talk about this new word came out in the last 2-3 years, workload. Remember when I started mid-90s, there's a new word came out then called spasm.
Yeah.
Nobody knew what it meant, by the way.
Okay.
I missed 1 or 2 games I had that just said I had spasm. So now it's a workload.
Right.
So Waqar used to run from 30 meters.
Yeah.
Every ball sprint, every delivery.
Unbelievable runner.
Unbelievable. He was a natural athlete.
Yeah.
I think he was in his school athletics team too.
Right.
So he was a natural athlete, running 30 meters, playing in 90 odd test matches, playing 10, 12 years counties, and then 300 plus one days, 350 odd one days. That's unbelievable.
Yeah. And so I want to know, in terms of strategizing, one left armer, one right armer, in talking and trying to formulate how you get these 10 wickets twice in a test match, what did you discuss, you and him?
We very rarely discussed bowling off the field.
Really?
On the field, we used to help each other.
Right.
If you see the old things, either Waqar at times used to be at mid-on, or I used to be at mid-off. He's bowling. He used to ask me what to do. I used to ask him what should we do. So we discussed each other. We just bowled and bowled.
Right.
We never thought about workload. We never thought about if I bowl 6 over spell, I might not be able to bowl again. Never. That thought never even occur in our minds.
Okay. I remember you telling us something. I think it was in Zimbabwe when we were just chatting, and you might have chatted to all of us who were in this bowling group, and you said, listen, in Pakistan, you can't survive if you're going to bowl medium pace because there's nothing on the pitch. You don't get any pace on the pitch. How much do conditions influence the way fast bowlers come up in Pakistan?
It depends on you. Pitch is there. You can't change it. You had to play. So let's don't worry about the pitch. You are a fast bowler or a spinner, you are a bowler. Your job is to get wickets, doesn't matter the surface. So when you think, oh, it's a slow pitch, you're not going to get wickets. I mean, me and Waqar, we never looked at the pitches. Our captain did.
Right.
We just went there, okay, our bowling, batting, looked at the toss though. If it's Sri Lanka, we would like to bat. Hope to bat. But generally, we never looked at the pitches. We never bothered. We knew we got a ball about 30 overs a day anyway. So what's the point getting worried about things?
All right. It would be remiss of me to not ask you about
257?
No, I'm not going to ask about that. Goodness, I wouldn't. See, you got Pfeiffer in there as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
You got Pfeiffer and got 200. We thought we were going to win that.
Yeah,
we were well on our way to
thought.
winning. I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah. The people who make fun of me, they say, oh, I got 250. They said, oh, against Zimbabwe. I said, we were 170 for 6.
Yeah.
They scored 380.
We thought we were going to win that, man. We were well on our way. So many test matches like that, actually. Never mind. No, don't want to remember that. Now, what I want to ask you about is reverse swing.
Yeah.
And its home is Pakistan. I know many will say whatever, many will try and claim it, but particularly when the 2 Ws were in operation. And New Zealand bore the brunt of it, but everybody did. Didn't matter who turned up in Pakistan.
England, Australia, West Indies.
Yeah. Tell me about this art and tell me about being such a great exponent of it. And then the kind of complementing of you one side, left armour. In fact, I remember a test match in Peshawar against the Australians. I think, and I remember the Wars were batting together.
Pindi maybe, Rawal Pindi, I think it was.
No, I
really?
Yeah, I remember watching it, and I think it was in Peshawar.
Okay.
And I think Taylor gets. This is just one incident, not where you rip them apart. I mean, there are many of those that happen, but where you bowled an over to Mark Waugh and Steve Waugh.
Yeah.
And bowled from over and then went round, but like the ball was doing the strangest things for me. Like I was like, how can he do that? You know, and I think Mark Waugh was on like 60 or something, and still kind of giving it which way is this going? Didn't know where it was going, and they're batting together. I think you got one of them out in the end or whatever. But just that is what sticks in my mind. But tell me about, reverse and when it first comes up in your head, when you then go, I'm going to be an absolute master of this.
Look, reverse swing is the whole team has to be involved. There's a lot of techniques. Nowadays, you see, even in T20 format, the ball goes towards third man, everybody throws one bounce. I understand it comes quicker.
Yeah.
But at times when it's reversing, there's no run out chance, then don't do it.
Don't do it.
Because if you throw one bounce, if it's hit the rough side will go soft.
Yeah.
It'll go soft, and it'll go soft, it might not happen.
Right.
And then if you are shining the ball, for instance, if that's a cricket ball in your hand, and you have to have a gap between the ball and the rough side, because if you're...
Keep it dry?
Yeah, keep it dry. If it gets like this, the ball on the rough side will go smooth.
Yeah.
And if it goes smooth, it means it won't swing.
Right.
And there's little details the team has to know. Every fielder has to understand direct throw to the keeper, to the bowler, not one bounce. Square has to be dry. The weather has to be literally like this, sun out kind of dry weather. It can happen. And once it starts, then you tell everyone it's happening, so be careful with the cricket ball. I'm sure nowadays I see bowlers doing reverse swing, but they do one. Even Mitchell Starc, one of the greats, modern greats, no doubt, almost 400 test wickets. He probably will pass my wicket tally as a left-hammer, but rightly so, he's one of the greats of the game, no doubt. When it reverses, he only bowls away swing to the right-hander and into the left. Have you noticed?
Yeah.
He doesn't bring the ball back. The new ball comes in, but not the reverse ones.
Okay, so why would guys? And it is more so. I think about it as a right-hander. I think about it, and reversing it back into right-handers was easy, right? But trying to reverse it that way, it just go dead straight. It wouldn't necessarily go.
But that's where you experiment in nets.
Right.
Kind of have 2-3 reverse swing balls, not so much, but little reverse swing happening with them, and then you practice in nets, use the crease.
Right.
If it's not going away to the right hander for you, you go slightly wider, wide of the crease, and then push the ball like this. But these all details will come with, I used to do in nets, me and Waqar. Nets, we used to have a semi-new ball, we used to have an old ball in my bag just to bowl. Batters used to hate facing reverse swing ball in nets.
Yeah.
But I used to tell them, look, I'm just going to bowl one swing to you. So just prepare for that.
We used to scratch the hell out of it and try and get it to do that, so that in the game when it got roughed up.
You see, that's again the wrong concept. A lot of, on social media, everybody's an expert and I'm all for it.
Yeah.
They talk about whenever they show clip of mine or Waqar's or whoever from the 80s or 90s, a lot of this generation, they weren't even born there.
Yeah.
Oh, ball tempering. Not knowing what that means.
Yeah.
I can temper a ball. I can give you the ball, you so-called experts. Bowl, show me how to bowl both swing. One swing you might be able to. Both swing with 90 miles an hour, then I'll say you're a proper expert.
Yeah. Okay. Adversaries. Who in your career did you have the most battles with? Ball versus bat?
I think one guy we played a lot of cricket against was Arvinda De Silva. We don't talk about him. He was one of the greats, proper greats of the game. Against spin, against fast bowlers, against reverse swing. He wasn't a big front foot player, but he has so much time and he could bat all day. And that's an art. Even nowadays, just block and bat with reverse swing, bouncers, turning. We had a lot of battles. As a good friend of mine, great guy off the field, but great big businessman too, always as a businessman. I remember in the mid-90s, we used to come back from the ground, both the teams on their buses at Taj. We used to stay at Taj at Golf Face.
Samudra.
Taj Samudra. And we used to come out of a bus, and suddenly every day we used to see red Ferrari brand new standing on every tour. And every year he used to buy a new Ferrari. That's Arvinda now. He's got two, by the way, and a Rolls now. A big businessman, but a great player. A lot of battles against him. And he smashed us as well. He was phenomenal.
Unbelievable batter.
Yeah.
Which country did you enjoy most?
Australia.
Yeah? Tell me why.
I think in the beginning,
Again.
in the beginning, I've been told by my, by my mentors, Imran, Mudassar, all these senior players, Javed Bhai, they said if you perform in Australia, against Australia, you'll get recognized worldwide straight away.
Right.
And Australia,
So that's why
the mighty
motivated,
Australians,
yeah.
that's what motivated me, the crowd, the atmosphere, that's a proper
hostility. Yeah.
I never understood what they were saying early on
Yeah.
with Aussie accents. I'm married an Aussie now. It took me 6 years to understand what she was saying.
I hope it's all good things. Unlike the crowds at MCG and all of that.
So Australia, because I remember 88 was my first year for Lancashire. And I played 6 months, so almost played every game. Me and Patrick Patterson was the overseas players. I played 3 one-day comps and half the first-class games. And 89 for, I think, January or December 88, we were touring Australia. First test, I got 11 wickets. Second test, I got 100, 5 wickets, 50 in the same game. Same tour, I got 86 on one days.
Yeah.
Then I batted in number 3 in Sydney, got 40 odd there. So yeah, and after that, my name became household name, cricketing world.
Yeah.
So if you, nowadays, I suppose if you want to perform as a young cricketer, it has to be India or Australia,
Yeah.
maybe England too.
Yeah.
You'll recognize cricketing world straight away.
Yeah.
Always aim, any youngster who wants to represent your country, if you get a chance, always aim for the big gun. Always aim the big player, the opposition.
Is that, you know, is that just a sort of alpha fast bowler mindset? So if you're the main guy as a fast bowler, and I suppose anyone you speak to, certainly think back and whether you go further down in terms of cricket. So test matches and internationals to provincial and county and whatever, to club, to, you know, school. If you're the main bowler, you look at who the main guy is on the other side and you try and make sure you knock him out.
I think I picked it up straight away. I mean, I remember 87 tour, I had a go at Ian Botham.
Right.
Then 88 tour, I had a go at Sir Vivian Richards. They were, I mean, they are the greats of the game forever in the history of the game. The big names. If I was batting against, say, Alan Border bowling against, I had to attack him. Attack means bounce, bouncers.
To just have a full-on battle
Yeah,
with them.
don't be nice to them. There's no smiles. Smiles will come after the game. When you're in awe of them, yes, but they should know you're in awe of them. They should know he's a competitor, he's going to come at me hard. So that's a habit. And then if it becomes a habit, then you use it, either it's first class game, either it's club cricket. It's got to be part of your DNA.
Yeah. Couple of questions to finish off,
Yeah.
Raz, and we could go on speaking forever.
Sure.
Because we could talk many a story about everything, right? But what is the one thing you reckon many people don't know about you that you're particularly passionate about? Many cricket followers, I guess.
Look, your passion changes with time.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now my passion is, I'm 58 now. Now my passion
You don't
is,
look it.
because I suppose I look after myself.
Yeah.
You've seen my lifestyle. I go to bed at 10:30, 11, wake up at 6, do my 7-8K walk, then go to gym off days, and eat healthy. And I just want to stay around for my kids. I have a 9-year-old daughter. I have 2 boys, 26 and 23. And I just want to spend time with people I want to spend time with, and be happy, be easy, be nice to people, and yeah, simple things.
So is that a health thing? Are you passionate about health?
Health. I've been diabetic for 25 years, and that's also a scary bit at times when you think. But that too, and I evolved as a person. You evolve in life. If you don't evolve, you're going backwards. You got to evolve. You got to learn, be with the times, and that's what I've learned in my 58 years of life.
Okay. Final question is the game of cricket. Where is it, and what would you like to see changed about it? And I'm talking cricket in general.
I think as far as financially concerned, cricket is on the right track. Players are doing great. There's so many leagues happening worldwide. But I want Test cricket to flourish, because cricket is here because of Test cricket. Otherwise, it'll be something else. And league cricket, I'm all for league cricket. It's part of my job. America, Canada, England, you name it. Every country is having leagues. It's good for the players, good for the game, and especially this World Cup, I think, was great. Logistically, might be a nightmare for ICC too, because America is such a huge country. But seeing the interest here, and we're doing this league together as well, MLC, the interest and the passion of the sport is so much. I think cricket is on the right track as far as globalization of this beautiful game concerned. We're on the right track, but just we need to focus on Test cricket a lot more, in my opinion.
Okay, and you think that's viable?
And
for
one-day cricket
financial?
they got to do something about one-day cricket.
You think it's possible though, with the Test matches, to bring it back to be the most important format?
I think so. It got to be, because that Test match, you see, in even horse racing, there's a long race.
Right.
Test cricket is a long race.
Right.
So players, quality of players will come from there. And T20, I'm all for it. Entertainment, money, excitement, new, people to come and watch the game. It's great to see this American first game we saw. We did commentary together, MLC, and we saw the 3 generations of American family.
Oh, yeah,
sitting
yeah,
there.
remember that.
The granddad,
Unbelievable.
mom, and the daughter.
Yeah.
Daughter was about 10, 11, and she said she's playing for a school as a wicketkeeper batter. And they said this sport is much more exciting
For them,
and
yeah.
happening than baseball.
Than baseball, yeah.
So that's a good sign.
Indeed it is. Wes, thanks very much, man. I appreciate
Anything
it.
for you, buddy.
Yeah,
Always.
He didn't sledge me here, so it's okay. I'm happy. The great Wasim Akram. And yeah, we'll go on talking offline, but you watch and show anybody else, right?
And subscribe.
And subscribe. Catch you later.